right, in this video, we're going to cover the objectives for graphing and ordering integers and finding the absolute value of an integer. So let's start with graphing integers. So we have negative 3, 4, and 0. Remember on your number line, the negatives are to the left, positives to the right. Negative 3 would be here. 4, positive 4 would be over here. And 0 would be here. So let's talk about their order. Okay, so when we graph them, notice that negative 4 is going to be less than negative 1. The arrow always points to the smaller number. And look at your number line. Negative 4 is less than negative 1. The arrow would go to the left. Or I could say negative 1 is greater than negative 4. Okay, remember the arrow always points to the smallest number in the pair. Okay, these are called inequality symbols. Okay, and they're reminding you again that it always points to the lesser number in the pair. Negative 4 is less than negative 1, or you can say negative 1 is greater than negative 4. That arrow will always point to the smaller one. So let's get some symbols in here. Negative 4 and 3. So picture that on a number line, and I'm going to show you that on the next slide. Negative 4 is less than 3. Points to the smaller one. The next one, negative 1 and negative 5. Now, if you think of a number line, negative 5 is actually further to the left. Okay, so negative 1 is greater than negative 5. Negative 5 and negative 2. Well, negative 5 is to the left. It is smaller. So negative 5 is less than negative 2. And 0 and negative 3. Negative 3 is to the left. So it is less than 0. So we have negative 4 is less than 3. Negative 1 is greater than negative 5. Negative 5 is less than negative 2. And 0 is greater than negative 3. And they show you this on the next slide. Okay? Shows you where these points would be. And that's how we got less than, greater than, less than, and the last one was greater than. Okay, don't forget as well that these symbols can have a line under them. And when they have the line under them, that means less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. So let's look at the examples. 2 is less than or equal to 9 because 2 is less than 9. 9 is less than or equal to 9 because 9 equals 9. Okay, there's an or in there. 9 is greater than or equal to 2 because 9 is greater than 2. 2 is greater than or equal to 2 because 2 equals 2. So when you see the equal underneath, that means it can also equal. Let's talk about absolute value. Now, absolute value is kind of strange. It's the distance from 0, and distances are always positive. Okay, so because it is a distance, it's never negative. Okay, now you hear the phrase all the time, the absolute value of a number is the positive. Okay, it's always positive. So let's look at an example. The absolute value of negative 3 is going to be positive 3. Okay, the reason is it is 3 units from 0. Absolute value stands for the distance from 0. Okay, the absolute value of 5 is 5 because it is 5 units from 0. The absolute value of 0 is 0. So the shortcut we learned is when you see a negative, remember absolute value is always the positive. It is your distance from 0, and distances can't be negative.